Hello to this message before the video. My name is Rabenschild and I want to invite you to my Discord. There's a link in the description that you can use to get on there. I hope that can can welcome some of you there to, have a chat, a way to communicate with me, a way to communicate with you, and I want to try that if that works out. Would be neat. People, hope to see you there, and now off to the video. Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and I have to pull the microphone a bit closer to me. So now, I did work here and I was expecting this. The amount of iron I brought down was enough to finish this, and I also was able to finish the miner. I started to work on this ship down here, and you can see the corners are done, platform is done. I was able to land the ship here, and now we can use this this connector here to throw out all the stuff that we brought with us, and then it gets... Why did the light... Everything's fine. Then we can dump it into these collectors here. That works out fine. I tested it with the first load of materials I brought down. I started to work on the front of the ship a bit more. This will be... Give me a second. This front part here will be encased in glass. I'm having problems with my throat right now. That's not good. So, this back part here will be normal armor blocks. I have to find a nice way to leave this into this front area, make it nice and shiny. This will be a bit longer, so at the moment it looks flat, but this will be made out of glass in the front here, and give it a bit of a tip. Maybe this is just here, so I have a monitor to control everything. This one will be removed, and maybe I add another container or something like that. Jump drive. We have a bit of space here that all could happen. I will have to fill in this. Again, this is work I usually do in between having to do other stuff. So, and the miner. I finished this and I already docked it to the station. I know this looks crummy right now. We might have to change this a bit later, but that's one thing I didn't really take into consideration, that there would be a thruster array here, and that's why I might not be able to connect it in the middle here. We need to talk about this anyways. We had some talks in the comments about this miner not being able to basically drill itself into the ground and then bring out everything. That's not what I want to do with the miner. What I want to do with the miner is dig basically the surface, or excavate the surface and go deeper and deeper, a bit like an open mine. I don't know how that's called, but I don't want to just plunge into the ground, come up and then plunge again. I don't like to mine that way. That's why I can have the thrusters on the outside here. We will try these thrusters, and hopefully they are enough to keep the whole thing in the air. but you can see that I have put on some hover thrusters. That makes that's nice. They are really, really nice because they just keep that thing afloat, and I don't have to, or I can use both thrusters for getting around, but as a bit of a safety measure, we also have these here, and they, yeah, you turn them on, and then the thing stays like the other hover vehicle. It just stays in the air. Makes sense to me. I want to bring it over to this point and then start digging there and test it. I never tested it by now, so that was absolutely intelligent what I've done there. Absolutely. Because I didn't turn on any thrusters, and now hopefully the damage is not too big. No, there is no damage. On the thruster, I used some of the stone crushers, or stone dusters, they are called. You can see them down there in the corners. They work only for small ships, and they work a bit like, not refineries. Yeah, they work a bit like refineries, but the only thing they do is they use up energy and crush the stone into particles so they don't fall onto the ground. I want to do that here on the planet to keep myself from having any issues with FPS or with recording. The whole thing starts to make problems again with the encoding. Let me get over there, and then we will start mining. It, by the way, it could be the hover thrusters. We will test that when I am over there, and then we will see if the normal thrusters also make problems with the encoding. So just to prove that the hover thrusters make the encoding problem, now I'm just using the normal thrusters, and everything seems to be fine. In the top left, I don't know if I can show that to you, and there might be an option, but in the top left I have the status display basically of the DX story. That's the program I'm using to record, and now it doesn't show any problems, although I'm moving over the planet's surface. So it might be the hover thrusters that do that. For getting around, they are brilliant, and maybe we can use them more for that. But if I'm using them, or I will make more tests, maybe throwing shade or blaming anything, but it's the only thing that, don't know, that might make problems there. Good. Here in the area we should have, and I think I have, let me grab the ore detector. It's turned on. So here in the area we have nickel. We also should have iron, and we also should have cobalt somewhere there. Nice. I will try to dig out what we have here, and then I start bringing in the now I'm having performance issues. That's not nice. Let us see. The problem that I have right now is that I don't know how much material I can load into the containers. At the moment I have, ooh, that's loud. At the moment I have 5 containers, medium-sized containers, and I want to see if I can fill them up, or if that doesn't work. That might not work. The thrusters could be too weak to keep that thing upright. At the moment I'm just digging with the right mouse button to achieve depth. But as soon as I see material... What is this? Why? This looks weird. What is this material? It's stone. It looks... Do you see that? That it has this weird color. Why does the stone here... Is it because of the desert? Or what might be the problem here? We will see. I will go deeper and deeper, and then I hopefully can find the materials that we need. It works pretty well, but I definitely have to make some changes. The stone crushers there on the side, they get easily damaged. I don't know if it has to do with the block or with whatever, but the nacelles there get a lot less damage, but as soon as I dink into something and it hits one of the stone crushers, they get damaged pretty easy. Another thing, yeah, the nacelles are a lot more stable than the stone crushers, but maybe I really need to move them, but maybe not because I want to plunge it into the air, but they get hit pretty easy, so I move to the side, and then I run into problems with that. Power-wise, I am good. The thrust-wise, I can't tell by now. I have only a bit of iron, I think, and that's not enough to really prove that this thing has enough power to stay in the air, or if it doesn't, I could turn off the stone crushers and just fill it with stone. That's not what I want to do. I want to bring iron home, and maybe some nickel, maybe some cobalt. So there's the iron. I still need to dig that out a bit. So this is a bit of work, so I don't know, can do that over time. I will do some more minutes now, and then I will go back to the base, and we will start to maybe think what we need to change on that thing. The ship still can hover, and I more than doubled its original weight, so that should work out. We have a good amount of iron now with us. I will go back to base, and again we will see if we have to make some changes there. Now the whole ship is moving really slow. I turned down the acceleration. I got a message from 1WSX10. He said, bring it down for a bit more precise maneuvering. And he's right about that. Yeah, that's a good thing. I might want to test the hover engines again. So let us turn them on. Bring the ship down until it rests on them. If it does, now it does. And that's a good combination of of hover engines and the vector thrust. Yeah, but I'm getting the encoding problems again. So let me turn them off. And immediately they are gone. So I don't know what the problem there is. I don't know. Let me fly back to the base. We can do it this way too. The ship is docked now. We wait for it to be unloaded, and that should have already happened. And then I think I will move it over there, rest it on its drills. Oh no. Yeah, maybe I have to wait a bit more until it's unloaded. Or is Tim not running? What about the ore? Do I not have an ore container? I have an ore container. So what's happening there? No connection or something like that? There is a connection. There is a connection. Tim should be able to grab that stuff. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe I can move it by hand. Or is there another bug going on? There was bugs with stuff not properly moving through. Let us first take a look at Tim, if Tim is not running. Tim is running. Good, then I will do it by hand. I have a big cargo container for ore. Oh, it can't get from the drills to the... Yeah, you need a connection to do that. Sorry, my mistake. I thought I would have done that. Conveyors, the small ones. So give me that. Then we will just do this. And over here we'll do the same. Now we should be able to grab everything. Yeah, it's yeah, that makes life a bit easier. Yes, 419,000 ore. Yeah, let me move this thing. No, I'm so dumb sometimes. Really have to get used to not jumping into there. The other ships just rest on the ground when I do that. So with them, it's not so bad that I don't turn on the thrusters. But here, I really need to do that. Can we rest it? I shouldn't press any button right now. Okay, turn this off again. Okay, what we need is we need to maybe move the thrusters. I kind of have the idea to have this thing basically look like a plunger or a potato masher or something like that. Maybe make a bit of a thing straight up, have a cross on there, and then we could change the small thrusters for maybe a big thruster on each one. And then move these, I think, somewhere central or so. could put them just on the drill there. It doesn't really matter how they point, so... But I want to have them somewhere away from the edge here. That would be good. Okay, let me use some light armor to make a bit of a bracing so that we can have something in the middle that we can basically hang the ship onto. I'm not even sure if that will fly, and maybe there will be some grunting when I'm done with it and it doesn't, or it doesn't fly too well. That could happen. And we need to keep the whole setup as a few blocks away from the rest of the ship. So this might be the thing. Can we use... I think that's not enough. I think that is not enough. The big thrusters are 3 by 3 too. Like the big thrusters on the big ship. So this is not enough. Go one more outside, and then we hang the thrusters on some rotors there. I'm not sure if that will work. And I'm getting close to the edge there again. That's not good. So, they are 4 by 3 by 3 by 4 or something like that, or even 5. That could damage everything. We will make a flight test with it. I'm not sure if this works out. We need to recompile that and then remove these. Get rid of this. Maybe that works. It looks different. Let's say it that way. That's the least thing it does. It looks different. Normally that's not a good thing to say. Sometimes it's even a really bad thing to say. That looks different. But it could be good. On the other hand, it could work out, and I might do something really brilliant here. But it also could be very, very bad. Why is my inventory full again? I have pushed out everything I don't need. Another thing that I considered, and we might want to test them out, is the hover engines. They just push the whatever it is attached to away from a surface. What we could do is have a hover engine on these points here in the middle and use them to create a safe distance between the frame of the ship and the ground. If we don't set the whole thing too high, maybe that will save us from too much contact. So the civilian hover engines, we will just put them in the middle of each side and then see what that does. Maybe we just set them to a meter or 1.5 meters or something like that. Hover. I have this, and now these are the ones. Altitude minimum is 1.5. Altitude range. These are things where it changes the altitude when you're moving fast or something like that. Regulation distance, range of spring, low, hard, high, soft. I will go a bit harder. Align to gravity, we will not do that here. Align to gravity, use it only for up direction. Oh, maybe it automatically and then apply force to center mass, not to engine position, default off. We will leave that off for now. That's a thing we can test. And maybe K will use the programmable block, recompile, get out of standby, turn this on. I have set the target acceleration, you can see that on the side there, 0.5. I've set that in the programmable block. That's what 1WSX10 said to do, just so it works. So now why is it? It has the... Yes, see that? Now it bumps me off of the platform. That could use... I could use this to, again, to keep a safe distance from the tunnel walls now. One thing I want to test is how crazy can I fly now? Yes, that works. That's pretty neat. So we still can maneuver pretty crazy. That's physically basically not too correct, but I can deal with it. How? Okay, I can put thrust on all the thrusters, so that works out. This is an ugly ship, but it hopefully does its work. Now with the protection of the hover engines there, it could be neat. Let me do another change. The next change will be to move the connectors into the middle. Can I remove this? Yes. And then put another connector on. Now the question is if the hover engine prevents us from docking this. I hope it doesn't. Let us try this out too. If we are below the connector, that should work. So let us go below it. And then that works. But it tries to push us away. See that? It hovers a bit away from the connector. We are still able to connect. It pushes me away now. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, because the small ships always have a few. Ooh, what's happening now? A few problems with the. Yeah, because it might be because the whole thing is not really aligned to the center of mass. Maybe that makes the thruster combination there a bit problematic. Good. Let me go and go to the mining space, and we do another test mining, and then we will end the episode. I need to do something else, but if you have other ideas for that, then let me know. This is ugly. I have a bit of a problem with the hover engines on the side, because they put movement on the ship that I might not want to have. See that? The as soon as I leave the vertical, so as soon as I move away from the 90-degree upright thing here, the ship gets pushed away, and I can't really say why. So it shouldn't move. It shouldn't, at least it shouldn't go back or move into any other direction. It's mostly when I'm close to the ground. Okay, now it doesn't do it. It's weird. For some reason, sometimes it does that it moves me back. Here, for example, I don't know why. It might be because of the center of mass thing. The center of mass now is below the whole setup, and that might cause problems. But we also might be able to, don't know, deal with that. I'm not sure. It's just an idea for now. Maybe I will go back to the usual mining thing, make the miner platform bigger, so that the drills are farther out. I'm not sure yet, but it works. It doesn't fly too well, but it works at least. Good. Okay. But people, I think I will end it here. Yeah, I hope that you will join me on my Discord. I will record a message in a second about this. That's one thing I want to set up today. Don't know, maybe we can meet up there tomorrow, because usually my videos come out when I'm when it's later in the evening for me, and yeah, would be nice to see some of you there. The next thing is, oh man, no, that's I need to concentrate on what I'm saying here. The next thing is, yeah, in the next few days I want to push out more videos of other games. I'm not sure with the schedule now, and one thing, there might be a bit of more mature content, so it would be neat if you have an opinion on that. Should I mark that with something so that the people that might not want to see that are able to not turn on to that or something like that in the beginning of the video. It would be neat to hear from you there. I don't want to just push out a game that and then you watch that with, don't know, children or something like that. And there happens stuff in there that you might not want to show to your children. So, yeah, let me know how you might want that. My intention was to make an announcement before the intro or something like that, a warning for you, if maybe or hopefully that's enough. Otherwise, you don't know. If you have something to say to that, then let me know. The next thing, I don't have anything anymore. So everything is clear. Hope you liked the episode. Give me opinions on the miner. Maybe some of you have more ideas to that. This is really hard to control. I really need to concentrate on that. And maybe it's not a good idea to have the whole thing at the top there. Good. People, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on the video. Take a look at the description. There's my Discord, there's my Patreon, there's my Twitter, and I hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.